Hey guys, and welcome to the video. So, Adele's weight loss diet plan, will it work for you? So, as you've probably seen earlier in the year, Adele lost a load of weight or has been losing a load of weight. And as with any celebrity diet transformation, the photos are everywhere on social media and in the news. But does it really work? Does her diet plan really work? Or is it just another trap waiting to pull you in? And at the end, I'll be giving away a free download as well, which is available there in the description, of how I think you should be eating. So check that out down there. But for now, let's get into the video. So first of all, for those who have not seen it, Adele has recently lost a load of weight and the photos have surfaced on social media, or she may have actually posted them. And it's in the region of about 7 stone or 44 kilograms. So that's what people think. She hasn't come out and said how much it is, but that's what we're talking about. It's quite a lot of weight. And as with any celebrity transformation, with the big sort of demonstration of how much they've lost, it piques people's interest. So loads of people are trying to follow the same diet. So let's talk about what Adele has actually done to lose this weight. So what has Adele done to lose weight? So it's expected that she's done what we call the Sirtfood diet, which is a diet high in sirtuins, which are a type of protein which regulate metabolism and inflammation in the body. So these foods include, I've got them on my list here, green tea, citrus fruit, parsley, kale, capers, blueberries, apples, chocolate, and red wine. So that is one of the big appeals of this diet. You can eat chocolate and red wine, where a lot of diets might say don't eat chocolate and red wine. So great, right? So the basic idea of this diet is that you have 2 to 3 green shakes per day, which include these foods, some of them anyway, and 1 to 2 meals per day, which include these foods as well. So the idea is just a diet rich in these kind of foods. And also at the same time, restricting the calories to a certain limit. And that is a really, really important point for what I'm going to lead on to in the rest of this video as well. But just the basic premise of this diet, it claims to help you lose 7 pounds in 7 days while still eating the foods you love. So that's the wine and the chocolate. So Adele's weight loss diet plan, does it work? Well, looking at her, it certainly does look like it works. However, to answer that question properly, we need to just consider everything as well. So first of all, several times on the internet while looking at this diet, I've seen that it's reported she exercises or has exercised twice a day. So that contributes to weight loss as well. And also we don't know much about her. Could she have a personal chef who's preparing all the food for her so she doesn't need to think about anything? All these things come together to make weight loss a lot easier. So we just need to consider those things as well. And also we need to consider what I call the after photos. So loads of people will post a before and an after photo. But remember that this after photo is not the end of their journey. And there's loads and loads of cases of people losing loads of weight and then piling the weight back on again in the future. And I'll come on to the reasons why that is later in the video, but just consider that the after photo might not be the end result. They might put the weight back on afterwards. So don't see that as success because they've lost weight. It might be that the diet is not long term. And also to answer this question of does Adele's diet work, we need to define the word work, because it's not weight that people want to lose, it's fat in its size. So the Sirtfood diet claims to help you lose 7 pounds, up to 7 pounds in a week. But remember, it's not necessarily fat, it's weight. So 7 pounds of body fat has 24,000 calories in it. So to lose 7 pounds of fat, you have to burn 24,000 calories. So that is 3,500 calories per day if you're doing it in a week. So you can see how that is quite a big achievement and almost impossible to do. Burning 3,500 calories more than your body needs to lose that 7 pounds in 7 days. So you're doing that every single day. Really, really difficult achievement. So what's actually happening in your body to lose that 7 pounds in 7 days? So it's most likely going to be water weight and what we call glycogen or carbohydrate weight. So in your body, you store around 500 grams of carbohydrates. in your muscles and in your liver. Now, for every gram of that carbohydrate, you store around 3 grams of water. So if we're storing 500 grams of carbohydrate, that means that there's another 1,500 kilograms of water stored in your body. So that leaves 2 kilograms of carbohydrate and water stored in your body. And 2 kilograms is 4.4 pounds. So what happens is when you restrict your calories, as you do on this diet, your body uses that carbohydrate up first and it drops the water weight. So you can very, very quickly drop around 4.4, 4.5 pounds up to 5 pounds of body weight just like that without really doing much. So it's not fat, it's body weight coming from the water and the carbohydrate in your muscles. And it doesn't make you look smaller. And that's a really, really important point. Fat loss makes you look smaller. Losing water weight doesn't make you look smaller. So that's accounted for 4.4 of that 7 pounds of claimed possible weight loss. So that leaves 2.6 pounds of possible weight loss. So more likely then that is the bit that comes from fat loss and possible muscle loss as well. Really important point there. We don't want to lose muscle, which I'll come on to again later in the video. And remember that 4.4 pounds of body weight loss from the carbohydrate and water stores only happens once, because that's what happens when you start a diet. You drop that weight and it's gone then, so it's not there to drop again. So the 2.6 pounds of fat or muscle loss is a more reasonable amount to expect to lose per week. And remember as well, the 7 pounds is like a maximum of like what they want you to be aiming for in the first week. And so if we say like a more reasonable sort of like 5 pounds, 6 pounds, then that brings it in line with what you expect to lose per week when you're on a diet anyway, sort of around 1 to 2 pounds. So next, what makes Adele's weight loss plan work? Now, when people go on a diet, they are always looking for the secret formula of what that diet claims is the magical thing to help them lose weight. They forget to look at what's actually similar or the same between every single diet out there. And what is it? It is that it helps cut calories. Cutting calories puts you in a calorie deficit. It puts you in a state of consuming fewer calories than your body needs, which is what you need to lose weight, to lose fat. So that's the weight loss principle. And the Sirtfood diet does it by introducing shakes and 1 to 2 meals a day to reduce your calories. Things like Slimming World do it by reducing fat and adding sins into your day that you can count. Weight Watchers, you count points. Things like keto, you're taking out carbohydrates. Things like intermittent fasting, you're eating only in certain periods of the day, so you're reducing your calories. So all these different diets, they claim some secret thing, but actually the similarity is they all reduce your calories. They're just doing it in a different way. And why? Why are there so many different diets and why do they all claim some different secret? It's because people want something simple and easy. So they want rules to follow, so they don't have to think and learn, so they can get quick weight loss. However, there are so many different diets because they end up not working in the long term. They can make you lose weight quickly at the beginning, but you end up not learning anything and they become very black and white. So you do them for a while, then you stop and just go back to how you were before. And that's the big problem with all diets. They're short-term solutions to a bigger problem. Like I said, there's nothing special about any diet. The fact is they're reducing your calories. So the question comes, why not just reduce your calories without doing a special diet with a name and be able to include the foods that you want to eat and you enjoy eating, so you can be flexible and you can go out with friends and you can lose weight in a more sustainable way. I'll be talking about that in a few minutes' time. But first, I'd like to talk about the problems with the Sirtfood diet and why I don't recommend it to people and I would never actually suggest doing it. So the problems with Adele's diet and why I don't think it works for the long term. So as with any diet, you have to ask yourself, are you going to do this forever? Or is this just a short-term thing for you to lose the weight? Because if you're not going to do it forever, if it's not a lifestyle change, then as soon as you stop doing it, you're just going to go back to how you were eating before and put the weight back on. So it comes down to being on and off the diet, yo-yo, black and white mindset kind of thing. And if you have this black and white mindset, it's always going to be, I'm on the diet, I'm off the diet. whether it's today, tomorrow, this week, this month, next month. With the black and white mindset, if any obstacle comes into your day, you're more likely just to say, oh, I'll stop today and just continue tomorrow because it's too difficult to follow these rules with this obstacle in my day, whether it's being offered something in the office or going out for food with friends because it doesn't fit in with the diet rules. So you're like, oh yeah, I'd rather do that because that's really important to me. And so I'll continue the diet tomorrow. And it happens so often that these diets are just not sustainable. And that's the reason. So another thing as well, you may finish the diet, may lose some weight and think, oh, I'm happier now, and then just go back to how you were eating before. You didn't learn any skills to actually eat in a better way. So the way you were eating before was what made you put the weight on. So eating that way, again, you yo-yo diet and go back to how you were before. And for me as well, celebrity diet plans should always ring alarm bells because they always claim to have found yet another secret to weight loss. Another one, why didn't the last one work? And why are not these internationally renowned scientists who are looking for the cure for obesity and all the diseases along with it using these diets, right? There's a reason why. So some reasons I think Adele's Sirtfood diet isn't sustainable in the long run and won't get you long-term weight loss results are as follows. So first of all, just the limited range of foods. So the Sirtfood list is very limited. And so after a while, you are going to be bored of eating those foods. And also what happens if you go somewhere that doesn't have these foods, maybe a friend's house or a restaurant, or even like if you're out about on the street, what do you do? It gets you into this black and white mindset of, I can't follow it at the moment, I'll just eat something else and I'll continue tomorrow. And that is not a very good mindset for losing weight because it's not consistency, right? So the next one is that the Sirtfood diet promotes very low calories. So on some days, 1,000 calories, on some other days, 1,500 calories. So this may leave you feeling hungry and low energy. And if you are feeling these things, it could drive you to want to eat more. And again, this makes the diet possibly not very sustainable. And next, so restricting foods that you really enjoy, so maybe like cake, ice cream, pizza, things like that aren't on the plan, you're always going to be thinking about them and end up at some point wanting them, right? And because you're restricting those foods, you end up binging on them. And it's very easy to get into that binge mindset, which again sets you back. Another really, really important point is missing nutrients. So the Sirtfood diet that Adele did is lacking in protein, also lacking in some vitamins and minerals because of the reduced range of food. So protein, for example, is extremely important to maintain your lean body mass, which has a link to metabolism. So remember I said before, it's size, not weight that you want to lose. So if you are not eating enough protein, you may burn muscle instead of fat. And you may drop weight because of muscle loss, not fat loss. That's not what you want. You want to lose size from fat loss, not weight from muscle loss. And also, like I mentioned, your muscle mass, if you reduce that, then your metabolism can reduce as well. So you actually need fewer calories to survive. And if you stop doing the diet, go back to how you were eating before, you can often end up putting on more weight than you had before because you don't actually need so much food. So that's a really, really bad place to be in. The next one, so if you remember the 4.4 pounds that I said comes from water weight and carbohydrate stores in the body, the day that you have more food, the day that you have a pizza or go out with friends or just have a little bit more food with carbs in it, you put that weight back on just like that. So you can put on 4 or 5 pounds just overnight just by restoring what we call the muscle glycogen into your body with the water. And it's not fat, it's weight. But if you step on the scale, it will show you've gained sort of 4 to 5 pounds, which can definitely affect you up here and think, well, maybe this is not working for me. And then again, black and white mindset, you go off the diet and just continue how you were eating before and put on the weight again. So there's lots of links psychologically and just of how this diet works, which can affect your consistency with it. And the final one, which for me is one of the most important, is why did you put the weight on to start with? And did you tackle that problem? Did you solve that problem? Or are you trying to get the weight off without actually solving the reason you put it on? And that could be loads of different reasons. It could be anything from emotional eating, where you can't control what you eat, to just knowing what to eat and how to eat and belief in yourself. And this is something that I deal a lot with my clients. And this is how coaching helps so much. But unless you've actually solved the problem why you put on the weight, just trying to lose the weight without actually solving it, you're always going to put the weight back on because those reasons are always going to still be there. It's like going to the doctor with a headache and the doctor giving you some medication to help that headache go away. And so the headache goes away as long as you have that medication, but it might come back because there might be a more serious reason you have that headache. So looking at actually why is really, really important because you can't just cover it over with something. So that's what you're doing when you're doing a diet, unless you solve the problem why you put on the weight to start with. So what do you do instead to actually lose weight in a sustainable way that works? So I have put a link in the description to my cheat sheet of how to eat in a structured way, including foods you enjoy and want to eat, and also foods that you really, really enjoy, that flexibility of those things that might be considered a little bit naughty as well. And so what you need to achieve is just reduce your calories by eating in what we call a calorie deficit, so eating fewer calories than we need. No stupid rules or special secrets. Eating foods, like I said, that you want to eat. Nothing that celebrities are doing that are extreme and have all these weird things you have to include that you might have to buy extra, or juice or things like that. Eating in a way where you can eat at home or out at a friend's house or in a meal in a similar style and still be able to lose weight and enjoy it at the same time. And also really, really importantly, knowing why you want to lose weight and the positive motivation for that. And I've done a video about that before up here, so check that out if you would like to learn more about that. But as a summary, I don't think Adele's Sirtfood weight loss diet plan works in the long term. The reason I've explained in this video, the very, very important reasons. And I always recommend eating things that you want to eat to a structure in a way that you enjoy, including those treats as well. And so like, share and comment, guys, as always, and I will see you in the next video.